Hi, everyone, and more on our extraordinary Everyday Women series that we started for International Women's Day this year, and by popular request are continuing throughout the year. And it is amazing how you are finding you're sharing some of the inputs and stories and experiences so valuable in your own quest to be even more amazing. We were asked to make sure we got as much diversity as we could with our women. And so age diversity is always close to my heart. And today we have the quite young and simply wonderful Emma Cleary. We first met in Singapore a number of years ago, and Emma helped me really embrace age diversity with a number of amazing approaches. Mutual mentoring some of my more experienced direct reports with young people within the organization, piloting some shadow boards, and really diving into the challenges that the young often have. So first of all, let me ask Emma to tell you a little bit about herself.
Yeah, thank you, Harriet. And I'm really delighted to be asked to do this. I feel like you've shared some really wonderful women and stories over the past few weeks. So thank you for having me. And yeah, as you say, I think you've given quite a nice humble wrap. I'm Emma. I'm a sister, daughter, friend, mentor, marketer. I'm currently based in Canberra, Australia, and yeah, I'm really excited to share my story.
Fantastic. Well, thank you for joining. And where we've started with our incredible guests is around challenges, in keeping with the theme of this year of International Women's Day. And I was wondering if you had experienced any challenges, what they are, and kind of how you have overcome or are overcoming these challenges.
Yeah, no, in thinking about the question, there's sort of lots of challenges, of course, being a young female professional. But I think the one that strikes out as, I guess, the theme is confidence, and being confident in oneself, going into sort of the professional corporate world, confident in your abilities, in my case as a marketer, bringing the skills to the table, and I guess often being the youngest voice in the room. And going back to that whole sort of marketing, comms background, working with quite senior executives at times, like yourself, having the confidence to sort of voice an opinion or perspective, not shying away from it, leaning into that. And I guess in terms of how I've overcome that over time, I think it's partly, greatly in part due to our great mentorship. And the quote that strikes me, I sort of like Harry Potter. And, I always think about, help is given at Hogwarts to those who ask for it. And you've always coached me about asking for help. And I think that in hindsight, when I've asked for help or asked for feedback or advice and got those inputs, and then being able to iterate and make things better, do things differently, that has really stood me in good stead.
Yeah, I think that's very wise. We've written a lot about active asking, and I think that's very, very relevant. I don't like labels and badges, as you know, but I have found that the younger generation find that. I don't know if that's every young generation or just from my perspective now, find both active asking kind of challenging, and what you in return have helped me with is always improving active listening. I think yours is a generation that listens very, very well, and so a perfect example of mutual mentoring. So one of the great things about your age, however, is that every single day that situation, depending on your view, improves or deteriorates. So you've got that natural act in your favor. And tell us a little bit about some of your achievements, things that you are most proud of that you have done, achieved against the odds. Tell us a bit about what makes you think, yeah, I did great?
Yeah, as you say, I feel like this one is always a tough question to answer. But COVID has given us, I think, the benefit to stop and smell the roses and think about the things that we've done. And the one that really strikes me is, pre-COVID, having that opportunity to do the study trips in Singapore and in Cambridge in the UK, and the learnings that I took from those, the people that I met, the opportunity to expand my networks, and just coming away from those and how I feel have made me a better person and opened my horizons to different things, made me think about doing different things, taking new challenges. I feel that has been really rewarding.
Yeah.
So those sort of experiences, I think. And I think even so too, with COVID and taking those networks and learning, and I guess using that power through social media to then further expand networks and getting the benefit from that too. So still sort of leaning into that whole learning and networking through a global sort of audience.
I think both of those are incredibly important at this time, the constant lifetime learning and then applying those learning, the experiences that you've gotten, and also networks. I think you particularly work hard at networks and putting your networks to use. And we've been seeing post-COVID that people's networks appear to have shrunk a little bit. And so what do we do about that? And how do we ensure that we take a new, fresh breath step around networking? So I'm sure you're going to have thousands more achievements, Emma, but I think your inputs will help other young women as they really forge forward and flourish in their careers. So a big thank you for taking the time out with us.
Yeah, thank you very much. It's really great to be with you.